You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there and all of my friends around the world. Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful morning. It is Monday, y'all. Yeah, I know some people go, oh my God, it's Monday. But well, listen, be grateful because somebody didn't make it today. And I'm going to talk about that on the other side of the horoscope. But anyway, it's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, 74 degrees, going up to a lovely 85. I've been outside already. It is gorgeous outside. 85 is a little warm, though. It's a little warm. I ain't complaining, though. I'm not complaining because it could be rainy and cold, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful spring day, and we're going to just be thankful for that day and enjoy that day, even though it's Monday. And I know some of you are like, oh, my God, it's Monday. Don't be like that. I get it. Here's the thing. If you don't like Mondays because you have to go to a job you hate, get a new job. It's that simple. I know somebody says, Audrey, it's not that simple. I've been putting in resumes for the last year and I haven't gotten another job yet. Woosah, take a minute, set a good intention for the right job. So you just been putting in applications for jobs. You need to take a second and put in for a job that's going to feed the lifestyle that you want. I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about if you want to work a 4-day work week, then put that on your intentions. I want to work a 4-day work week. I need to work 4 hours a day. And I need to make a lot of money. Like I need to make $10,000 a month working 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. That's a great intention, right? Set your intentions for what you really want. So you just going out there looking for jobs because you want to pay the bills and you hate your boss, the one you have now. Set the intention for the perfect job that you want. That's important. Set the intention for the perfect client that you want. You want that client that's going to be hard working with you. They're going to take direction. They're going to pay you a lot of money. You're going to help them reach the goals that they set for themselves. Set that intention. They're easy to work with. They're nice. They're sweet. They're loving. They're caring. They're kind. Set that intention. Because you can get that $10,000 a month client and that person is a-hole and drive you absolutely insane to the point where you be like, oh my God, I wish I didn't have this client. I'm just saying, set the intention. It's Monday, but it's okay. Today is Monday, May the 16th. I want to give a happy birthday shout out all the way to heaven to my aunt cousin. She was my cousin, but she was like my aunt. So her name is Betty. I used to call her Betty Jean. Hey, Betty Jean. So happy birthday, darling, all the way to heaven, all the way to heaven. She was like my aunt. Like, so my mom, when I was little, she never had kids. So when I was little, my mom worked like 2 jobs after she divorced my dad. So my cousin Betty took care of us while my mom worked. And so Betty was my mother's first cousin. So my grandmother and Betty's mother were sisters. And she was the only child. So, but my grandmother had 8 kids. So it was like they were all brothers and sisters. So Betty was like their sister too. And she was older than most of them. She was like, in our family, she was probably if she was on the brothers and sisters side, it was my Uncle Tommy, my Uncle Bubba, my Uncle Butch. Then it would have been Betty. Then it would have been my mom. So it would have been, my mom would have been number 5 because Betty was older than my mom. But she was right there with my uncle, my 3 older uncles. She was number 4 and then my mom was number 5. So on that side, it was 3 girls and 6 boys. If they were all brothers and sisters. But anyway, she was like my aunt for real. She was a cousin, but she was like an aunt. And she took care of my brother and I. And boy, she and my mom were like sisters. Like they grew up together. They grew up together. Like my grandmother lived on one side of the street and my Aunt Fanny lived across the street. They were sisters. And my great grandmother lived in a conjoining house to my grandmother. So my aunt lived across the street. My grandmother and my great grandmother lived in the same building. And they just had 2 separate. It was kind of like a townhouse, but it was like, it didn't look like a townhouse. But if you picture a townhouse where you walk in, I don't even know if you call it a townhouse. It was like you walk in one central front door, and when you get inside the hallway, to the left was my great grandmother's house, and to the right was my grandmother's house, and then directly across the street was my aunt's house. So Betty lived across the street, and everybody else lived on the other side of the street. So they grew up together. And then later my aunt moved. My aunt was like my mom. Like, she always was moving to the next best place. Like, she just loved nice things. As a matter of fact, they have a birthday coming up. So my mother was born on Betty Mother's birthday, which is May 27th. So the two of them have a birthday, and they were the same person, y'all. It was funny because they were so much alike. But anyway, happy birthday, Betty Jean. Love you forever, darling. All right, it's National Honor Our LGBT Elders Day. Yes, give them some love. Everybody deserves love. National Barbecue Day. I know y'all like, nah, that's Memorial Day. Nah, you can barbecue today. National Biographers Day. National, Coquielis St. Jacques Day. I have no idea what that is, but that's a day. National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day. Now, I don't know. It depends on if you got a nice neighbor. That's the one thing. So I just talked about my aunt and my grandmother and my great grandmother all living like directly across the street. So here's the story. Okay, so my grandmother and great grandmother lived in the same building. My aunt lived across the street. I lived on a street called Jackson Street. Directly next door to me were my cousins, right? Which was my great grandmother's sister's daughter and her kids. She had like 13. So it was two of us, me and my brother, right? So we lived in what could be called a townhouse. If you can just picture what a townhouse is, it was a two-family house side by side conjoined. So my cousins lived next door and we lived on the other side. And then when Betty moved out, she lived on the other side. She lived on the other side of me on Jackson Street. So, but that's called neighbor, y'all. Like, that's what I grew up knowing what a neighbor was. Like, we talked to each other. Everybody knew everybody. And that was in Albany. When I moved to Newark, it was the same way. Like, everybody knew everybody. I lived in a 6-family house when I moved to Jersey. So when I first moved to Jersey, we were in a 3-family house, which means somebody was living over the top of us and someone was living on the bottom of us because we lived on the 2nd floor. And then my mom moved and we were staying with my uncle. So we moved out of that house. We moved into our own apartment. And then we lived on the 3rd floor. Okay, listen to this. We lived on the 3rd floor. And then my Uncle Butch and his kids moved on the other side of the house, on the other side of the building on the 3rd floor. So I lived on the 3rd floor on one side. It was 3 families on that side. My Uncle Butch lived on the 3rd floor on the other side. It was 3 families on that side. I know. But that's how I grew up. So I'm all about neighbor, right? I want to know my neighbors, but people are so weird. Like, they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to speak. I remember when I moved here to where I live now, the young lady next door, she knew me. I didn't recognize her, but she knew me, right? And so she came over, but she came over to complain. Like, we were literally just moving in. So the guy who was delivering the refrigerator, he worked for a company. He wasn't someone that I knew. He was delivering our refrigerator and our washer and dryer. And so apparently someone said they saw him urinate on the side of his truck. Now, all the guy had to do was ask me, could he use the bathroom? We got 3 bathrooms in the house. Like, I could have let you use the bathroom downstairs, but he didn't. Instead, he urinated outside. I had no control over that. And so I didn't even know it happened. So she came over. I was in the house. She came over, and my uncle was in the yard. And so when I came out the house, I'm thinking like they're being neighbor, like, hi. And she goes, hey, I know you. And I'm like, oh, you do? So now I'm excited. Like, somebody know me. Like, it's like, yeah, you do that, like that good morning thing, that good morning Gwinnett thing or something like that. I was like, oh, yeah. It's like, yeah, I met you at the thing you did over at the corner. I was like, oh, yes. I did a small business pop-up one year because I just felt like I was a home-based business and nobody get to see you for real if you're not networking. So just off the spur of the moment, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a pop-up at the co-working space, which is where I had a membership. Not thinking nothing would really come of it. And I had a ton of people. And I'm like, holy crap. So I was excited. I was so excited. So I took it to the county, and the county decided to partner with me for the next year, which was going to be 20, right? They was like, we love it. Let's partner. Then COVID hit, so we couldn't do it. But anyway, she knew who I was because she had attended my event. And I'm thinking she's about to say something nice. She's like, well, your person, your people urinated on. Now, the guy was on the sidewalk, y'all, in the street. And he urinated. He was on the sidewalk. Now, she said he urinated. I didn't see him. I didn't know. He was on the sidewalk in the street. He urinated besides his truck. She was like, your person urinated on the sidewalk by my house, and I want somebody to get it up. She wants somebody to get up urine off the street. I looked at her like, you have got to be kidding me. I said, first of all, that's not my person. He works for a company, and I would definitely reach out to his company. And I did. I called the company. I said, and I just looked at her like, you got to be joking. Like, you have a dog that pee all over your backyard and you worry about somebody peeing on the pavement outside in the street. And I just thought that was, so right then and there, I knew we weren't going to be friends because her attitude was so bad. And I'm thinking, dang, I'm literally just like unpacking my stuff to move. I was like, yeah, we won't be friends. Like, I already know, like, we won't be friends. And that's sad because that's not who I am. When she said she knew who I was, I'm thinking like, yeah. And what's crazy is she makes like bath and body products, I think, or something. I love body butters and I didn't have any. And I was like, I could have just gone next door and knocked on the door and bought some body butter. But she sucked. And then later I found out she's the president of the association. And then I got a notice saying I was getting a fine because somebody parked on the street. So my goddaughter came from California. And one of my best friends, her mom, came from Jersey to visit me for my birthday in February. And she went out with my daughter, and we didn't think she was coming back, so she parked on the street. But they left like early the next morning because they had to take a flight. I got a citation saying I was being charged because somebody parked on the street. And I'm like, what? But then when I got the newsletter, I was like, oh God, this person is the president of the association. Oh, it was so horrible. But anyway, I said all the day, find a neighbor that you like and show them some love. Do something good. I don't know. I'm just saying. That was a long story about nothing, but when I saw that this morning, I'm like, ooh, do something good. National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day. Maybe I do something for the people on the other side of me. They were very nice. They got a big, beautiful dog. He always gets loose and run around, but he's a golden retriever, but he doesn't bother anybody. And they've been very nice. They always speak, and these are the people directly on the other side of me. But I was like, man, I would love to have been friends with her because one, she's an entrepreneur, and I love entrepreneurs, but she just came out the gate swinging. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You want us to go pick some pee up off the sidewalk? Like, how are we supposed to do that? Like, I wouldn't even have fixed my mouth to say anything about that. It was like literally not in her yard, not in her driveway. It was literally on the side of the road. If the man did, I didn't see him do it. And I was pissed because he could have asked me to use the bathroom. It was a bathroom right downstairs. We got 3 bathrooms. You could have used one of them. And instead of her, saying, hey, your person, he peed and I want somebody to get it up. My uncle's like, how are we supposed to get that up? You just sound like an idiot. But anyway, I'll keep going. It's also National Mimosa Day. I had a mimosa yesterday. It was gourd. It was delicious. It was funny though because it had like this. So I went away for my retreat this weekend with my sisters, my fellowship. My sorority, I guess you can call it. They don't like to be called a sorority. They like to be called a fellowship. But we went away for a retreat. We talked about business of our organization. We talked about a lot of stuff, personal stuff. And my granddaughter went too. So we had mimosas yesterday on our way out when we got ready to leave the resort. And so my granddaughter we gave her a little cup too because now she's like a baby. She's like one of the babies of the group. So we gave her a little cup with like a little bit of orange juice and everybody else had mimosas. So she was funny. She said, ooh, gee, I don't like it. And I said, you don't like it? Because I thought it was just orange juice. Come to find out, it had ginger and something else in it. So it wasn't just orange juice. Anyway, it was good to me. But yesterday I had my mimosa, so I'll take that mimosa for today. It's National Piercing Day. Listen, I don't know about you, but don't go get all them piercing all over your body. Well, that's your choice. Do what you want to do. It's National Piercing Day. I don't like needles, so I got 2 holes, one in each ear. I did get a second hole at one point, but it closed. And I thought about getting it reopened, but just the thought of that needle sticking me, cannot. And National Sea Monkey Day. I have no idea what a sea monkey is. Not at all. Those are your national days for today. Now let's get on with these horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thassa for Monday, May the 16th. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. That's how we always kick it off. People be like, what? Aries. Don't argue with your family. Be careful not to exaggerate when interacting with your lover. Do not hold back. Go with the flow and take a bit of a chance. All right, listen here. You got to take a chance. Just a little bit, though. Make it a calculated chance. That almost sounds like a risk, right? And it probably is. Make it a calculated risk, right? And be careful. And listen, don't argue with your family. I know sometimes you have to choose whether you want to be happy or if you want to be right. Make a choice. Aries, make a choice. You want to be happy or you want to be right? Because sometimes some things just don't require you being right. I'm for real. Like, it just does not. You know how much stuff I ignore just because, like, you know what? I don't even want to. I just won't be right this time. And I know somebody, why would you do it? Because it's not worth it. That's why. Taurus, you will be able to communicate well today. Family trips or projects should be on your mind. Unexpected visitors will be a welcome surprise. Yes, you're going to be able to communicate well today. That's a good thing, Taurus. You know, I talk fast. I be trying to slow down so people can understand me. One of my sisters said, no, you don't talk fast. And I was like, I don't. So maybe to her, I don't talk fast. But I be trying to like relax so I can talk more calm and clear and pronounce my words better. But when I get excited, it be like, that just be me. Gemini, you are exceptional at presenting your ideas. If you try to manipulate emotional situation, you will find yourself alienated. Don't fall into that trap. Look, stop trying to manipulate people. I get it. You want your way, but stop trying to be manipulative. Nobody likes a manipulator. Gemini, stop it. Geminis are good for that. They are. But listen, I love my mama to life, but she would do her best. We'd be like, oh my God, you trying to manipulate us again. She would laugh sometimes. Sometimes she would get mad at us. But we knew she was like the master manipulator. Like you should hear when the phone would ring, and it was one of them people that she didn't want to talk to. She said she put on her old lady voice. Hello, the old lady voice. We were like, oh my God, stop it. And then when she wasn't talking to people, yeah, I know that's what they said. That's how she used to talk. But when she was like trying to like fool people, manipulate folks, we got the old lady voice. We called it the old lady voice because that's what she would throw on us. Lord knows I wish she could manipulate me right now. Cancer, romantic opportunities will be plentiful if you go with your flow. Go with your friends. Pleasure trips will ease the tension between you and your mate. Your mate, however, may not be too pleased with you. Get down to business. All right, so what have you done, Cancer? Did you do something to piss them off? Now, you got to go on this pleasure trip, but they're not happy with you. So here's what you're going to do. When you go on the trip, you're going to take some time. You're going to ask the questions. You're not going to ask the questions so you can make sure everybody's on the same page and whatever's bothering your mate is cleared up. My husband and I was in the car yesterday. We went to dinner. And I got to tell y'all a story. But I'm going to tell the story on the other side because this story goes along with everything else that's going on. But we went to dinner yesterday. And so we have a car wash membership. So it's so much pollen right now. So you can wash your car in about a day and a half. It's full of pollen all over again. So because I pay for this membership every month, we go to the car wash like every other day. So yesterday we go to the car wash I went to the car wash like a couple of weeks ago, and I only listened to the satellite in my car. And some kind of way the satellite antenna got broke. And so I don't have any music in my car. Now, when I do I mostly don't listen to music. I mostly listen to podcasts. But when I'm in the car with somebody, I don't listen to podcasts because, we're talking, just kind of shooting the breeze. So he gets in the car yesterday, and I had a stack of CDs that I've been had in the car since I had the car, which is like since 2015. And on the CDs, one of the CDs had the real, real old songs. So they had the Clean Up Woman, and I'm always talking about the Clean Up Woman, right? And so I put the CD in, and I start hearing like Teddy Pendergrass, and I don't even know where I get these CDs from. And one of the songs was the Clean Up Woman. I was like, oh snap, there go the Clean Up Woman. He just looked at me and shook his head. But yeah, it was a CD full of old songs, like old songs. I was like, yeah, I should have had these at the retreat. My sisters would have loved it because it had all these old songs, the Bobby Womack and Al Green on it, and the Clean Up Woman. And No Pain, No Gain. No Pain, No Pain. Remember that one, No Gain? Yeah, that one. So that was pretty funny. Leo, do not sign your life away. You will find that friends or relatives may not understand your needs. Your goals will be in reach if you direct your energy wisely. Look, don't sign your life away, Leo. Ask the questions that you need to ask before you sign anything. If you are confused about anything in that document you are about to sign, consult a professional. I get it. You don't want to pay the consulting fee, but guess what? That could save you from signing your life away. So stop being so cheap. Pay the person that you need to pay to make sure that what you're signing is above board. That's all I'm saying. Virgo, your nagging has never been something that you could talk. Nagging has never been something that you could tolerate, and is once again driving you into a lonely state of affairs. You may find that someone you really cared about in the past has come back into your life. Don't overload your plate. Yeah, you hate nagging. So the sad thing about this situation is that person that's nagging you could be driving you back to the person from the past. Now, I will say to you, Virgo, you must ask yourself, why is that person in your past? Because see, that's the thing. If the person's coming back into your life out of the past, why are they in the past in the first place? It must be a reason. Don't fool yourself because the person that's nagging you, getting on your nerve, and you feel like that's the better person. Don't fool yourself. Okay? Okay. All right, I'm going to the song. I'll be right back after the song to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thyssen. Stay tuned.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free. Set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Made a promise to myself, this time I will keep it. Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day. Oh, oh, oh. Why do we put each other through hell? Why can't we just get over ourselves? I know I should. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. Yeah, so I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Yeah. And I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free. Set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, right, yeah, yeah. Oh.
Giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thyssen. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Your ability to deal with humanitarian groups will enhance your reputation. You need to pamper yourself for a change. Your intellectual charm will entice new love and interest. Okay, listen, somebody going to be attracted to you because you're smart, baby. Yes, I know. You've been used to people just being attracted because of your looks. Now they're going to be attracted to you because of your brains and everything you got going on. Yes. In the meantime, pamper yourself. Love on yourself for a minute. That's what you need. All right. Scorpio, your partner may be somewhat irritable today. You will find that uncertain individuals will want to draw you into joint ventures. Ooh, your efforts will be rewarded handsomely. All right, listen here. If you know they're uncertain, Scorpio, just say no. Say, you know what, not right now. My plate is overloaded. Do your due diligence. Check them out. Make sure they are above board. I'm just saying. Sagittarius, you'll be pleased with the results if you take the time to decorate your home. Your efforts will be rewarded handsomely. You will meet potential new mates through friends. No, you will meet potential new mates through friends or relatives. All right, listen. If you like them, dig deep. Ask your friends, ask your family. Hey, what you know about him? Dig into the background. Who did he date last? Why did they break up? Ask the questions. How is he when he go on a date? Does he have a job? Have you heard him say he didn't pay his car note lately? Ask the questions. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Capricorn, you may have ask him did he pay his car note lately? Yeah, that's funny. That was me not trying to be funny, but me trying to be funny. Capricorn, you may attract attention if you get out socially. Curb or cut out the bad habits you've been meaning to do something about. Get together with friends or do something entertainment, but not too expensive. I know, cut that bad habit. I get it. Bad habits are hard to break, baby. Let me just say that. I understand, Capricorn, you've been trying. And people like, just stop. Yes, it's not that easy. It's a bad habit. It's going to take a good habit to replace that bad habit. I'm just saying. Trust me, I got some bad habits I've been replacing for the last 55 years. And I'm still trying to replace them. More like 50. Okay, Aquarius, travel opportunities must be taken advantage of. This is a great day to start a new health regime you've been talking about. You may be sensitive to a point of absurdity. Ooh, child, you gonna be that sensitive? Listen, you need to go talk to somebody. If you that sensitive today that it's gonna be to a point of absurdity, yeah, you might want to go talk to somebody. I'm just saying, listen, if you talking to an Aquarius today and they are so sensitive to the point that they're almost nuts, you need to suggest that they go talk to somebody. Help them out. Help them out. Stop ignoring the signs. Help these people out. Last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces, you can make moves, but they won't be settling. Ooh, what does that mean, fish? You meet new friends if you try new activities. Do a little shopping. I can't do no shopping right now. I just came off of a trip. You're likely to find a real bargain. What is that? My dream house? Because that's the real bargain for me. In the meantime, you can make some moves, but they won't be settling. What does that mean? That's a little scary, right? That's a little mysterious. Yes. Try to meet some new friends. When you go out and do some new activities, do something different. I'm not bowling after this. I'm not bowling to the fall after our season is over. I think our season is over tomorrow, Thursday too, if I'm not mistaken. Is it next week or this week? I can't even remember. Anyway, I'm not going to bowl this summer. I'm going to take off. So in the meantime, while I'm taking off, I got to find something else to do. I know I'm going to do paint and sips a couple of times because I like paint and sips. So throughout the summer being off, a couple of paint and sips is on my agenda. I like paint and sips. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Know the Astrology. Now let's get on to some news. I was at the retreat up at Callaway Gardens. So let me just say this. I wasn't really impressed with Callaway Gardens. I had a great time with my sisters, but I wasn't that impressed with Callaway Gardens. And I had a friend who had just called me before I left, and she said she had just left Callaway Gardens. She had been to the spa, and it was beautiful. And when I got there, I was a little bit disappointed because I was expecting beauty. I didn't see beauty. I did not. So I missed that part, and I kind of rode around looking for the beauty, but I didn't see it. I felt like and let me say this, it was nice because I got a chance to relax and have some fun and hang out with my sisters in a beautiful, quiet atmosphere. I didn't have a TV or internet, so I was totally unplugged. Well, almost totally. I had internet on my phone, but I didn't do a lot of stuff on my phone. So I wasn't impressed with Callaway Gardens, and I probably would never go back unless there's something that's going on that someone else planned. I won't plan a trip to go back. But anyway, while we were there on our trip, my daughter got, I guess someone shared some information with her about a gunman who had shot and killed some people up in Buffalo. And she immediately became afraid because her dad lives in Buffalo. And I hadn't heard anything about it until she actually mentioned it. And so she called him and he didn't answer the phone right away. So I know she was a little bit nervous because last year we all took a hit. Like I lost my mom, and then she turned around and we lost my mom in January, and then in March she lost her grandfather, which is her dad's father. Suddenly he was like, it was his was my mother's, she was sick already, but she got COVID and passed away. Her grandfather was just got over here in the States because he lived in Italy. He had just came to New Hampshire where he lived, and he died like the next day. Unsuddenly, it was just like he suddenly died, and so that was a shock to everybody, the whole boxing world, everybody. So she was, in her mind, I know she was freaking out because now he's up there and somebody has shot up a grocery store and he's there. So she called him. He didn't answer. She called him back and he finally answered, and he said that grocery store is the one he shop at on Saturdays. He and his girlfriend. And they decided not to go to the grocery store around that time on Saturday. And I could tell she was hurt because I know in her mind she started to think about, oh my God, what if he had gone? And I said to her, thank God he didn't go. So I'm trying to spin it to, thank God. But in the meantime, I want to send my condolences to all of the people who lost somebody in that horrific shooting. I don't understand why when these people make these threats, people just kind of blow them over. Listen, this is my opinion. If and then they said, well, he shouldn't have been able to buy a gun. Well, you ain't got to be able to buy no gun. If you got guns all in your house and you know how to get access to them, and the people in your house feel like it's okay for you to get access to them, it doesn't mean you don't have to go into a gun store and buy a gun, right? Because think about this for a second. He was 18 years old, so legally he probably couldn't buy a gun anyway. So the gun that he probably used to kill people probably wasn't his gun anyway. He got picked up last year for making threats, and they kind of just blew it off. Stop blowing these people off. There is something wrong with them. There is something wrong with these people. He should have been under an evaluation for an entire year. At least. They should have been watching his Instagram, his Facebook, his Twitch. And then he had the nerve to kill the people and live streaming on Twitch. Just sick. 18 years old, totally sick. Totally sick. And his goal was to go and kill all black people. He did kill 2 white people in the interim, which I think, that probably was a mistake for him because he felt like everybody that was not a Christian or white, they shouldn't live on this. Sir, this country was not. It was by Native Americans, and black folks were brought here against their will. So it's just so sad. And then that wasn't the only shooting. When I tell y'all, I felt like I was in a. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why I felt like this. I felt like when I heard this, right? Then I heard about the California shooting, right? At a church. Was it a church? Churchgoers attacked. So this man was Taiwanese. He was an Asian man, and he went and shot up a Taiwanese church. I guess okay, so then you're going over here to Houston, and then two dead, 3 hospitalized at a flea market shoot. I felt like I was in an episode of Bird Box. So if y'all have not seen the movie Bird Box, it's Sandra Bullock, and it's a story about some kind of something that's floating in the air, and it make people go crazy and start killing themselves and each other, right? That's what I felt like. And it was crazy because my husband and I went to dinner yesterday. So we go to dinner, and I sit down to eat. He's out. He's not at the table yet. So I'm sitting down to eat. And I look over, so it's this man. He has 3 kids, and they were real bad kids, like baby kids, right? And then there was this woman sitting next to him, and the woman just busts out and start crying, right? And he said something real harsh to her. I couldn't tell, but you could just see his face, the way he made the face. And then when I looked at him, she said to her, "Oh, you feel like you're gonna throw up? You feel like you're gonna throw up?" So she never held her head up anymore. So when she did hold her head up, she was crying, and she's wiping the tears from her face and everything. And I'm looking like, what is that? So then I go to get me some more food because we were at a buffet. Like I love fried crabs. So we were at a buffet. I go to get me some lemons. Go to get the lemons. And when I get to the counter to get the lemon, there was this little Spanish guy. He take the plate and he drops it on the counter. He started just busting, right? And so the girl standing next to me looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, okay, see. So now you in arms because people. So I said that. So I got back to the table and I said to my husband, I feel like I'm in an episode of Bird Box. I feel like there's something floating in the air and it's just making people nuts. And it's just too much. And so you wonder why there's so much. And I talked about mental illness last week. We have to take this thing seriously. If someone has made a threat, they need to be put on high alert. Their families need to be put on high alert because I don't know what this kid family was like. Now, they could have been, he could have been an offshoot of them. The way he think about things could have been how they think about things, but we don't know that. But if you know your kid has been talking about killing folks and you got guns laying around your house, you might want to take them guns and put them up. Put them somewhere that's totally out of his reach or her reach. You might want to do that. Because I'm not going to leave my gun laying around. And I know my kid has just said, you know what, I just want to kill folks. And the police come to my house and put him in the hospital for a day and a half. And then he spends the next few months being good. And then he comes back and kills 11 people. And my condolences go out to all the family of the people that were lost in Buffalo. The family condolences to the people that were lost in California. Condolences to the people that were lost in Houston. And this was not a violent death, but I just want to give my condolences to the young man who was from Peachtree Ridge High School. His name was Jacob Brown. He was killed in a car accident on Saturday after they had won the conference title. He was killed in a car accident. So to Jacob and his family, my condolences go out to you guys as well. I normally don't start my show off with sadness, but it was just too much going on this weekend. I was at a retreat, just having a great time. And I know my daughter was in pain. Just at the thought of losing her dad at a supermarket. I know she was in pain. And I did everything that I could to divert that pain. And I talked about different things. I thank God that he was not there. And she just said as we were driving, that could have been real bad. And I said it could have been, but it wasn't. It wasn't bad. And we have to thank God for that. You know, we have to thank God that it wasn't bad. Not for our family, not this time. So, you know, so prayers, listen, you guys send up some good energy. Send out some good energy to the world because it's just a lot going on. And I normally don't like to start my show out with this kind of stuff, but I just felt I had to give my condolences to everybody that lost somebody this past weekend. I had to. And I had to thank God for the people that were saved because that could have been way worse. So I'm going to go to a song. I'll be back after this song to bring you more of what's going on around Gwinnett County and beyond. Stay tuned.
I ran away from heartbreak. Got nothing in return for my pain. I never thought I'd be so empty, so alone and afraid. Wasn't looking for a lover. Nobody understood where I've been. I guess I thought I needed more time to protect my love from potential offense. So then you came around and you played it cool, but I shut it down. So you took it to and I'm not surprised by what I found, because I know I needed something different and it had to be you. Out the blue, somebody who would listen, and it had to be you. Out of all the people to revive my love, couldn't be just anyone. My baby, it had to be you. I didn't seem to notice that you were checking for me. We were just friends, but we started building trust and my fragile heart started to mend. Yeah, I should have paid attention. You would have been the obvious choice, but I needed time to see clearly, dig deep and cut through the noise. So then you came around and you played it cool, but I shut it down. So you took it to and I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different and it had to be you.
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you a daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. Okay, listen. Every now and again, I run across a story that's just too ridiculous and I have to share it. And this is a ridiculous one. So, okay. So, listen. So, there was a medical assistant. Here's a crazy part. There was a medical assistant. She's on the run right now. So, apparently, she was trying to smuggle a bag full of drugs and tobacco products inside the Fulton County Jail on Saturday. She went to work, and for some reason, I guess she was gonna. So check this out. So it says deputies stopped her, and she panicked when she was questioned about a strong smell of marijuana from proceeding through a metal detector at security. She bolted, leaving the bag behind. Listen what the bag had in it, y'all. Why? She's 24 years old. Now she's going to jail. Somebody had to bring you some weed in jail. Help me understand, because I don't understand. Like, common sense. Why would you do that? Anyway, she ran and she left the bag behind. The bag had 192 grams of marijuana, 20 grams of crack cocaine, 200 cigarettes, and loose tobacco. All that was in that bag, and she tried to take it into the jail. She was a medical assistant. Now you on the run. You going to prison when they get you, because they gonna get you. Oh my God, just nuts. Please tell me why. Please tell me why. And she smelled. First of all, you got all this stuff. You didn't think people was gonna smell it? Yeah, she told Debbie she had smoked some marijuana before coming to work. Okay, really? So you done smoke some weed. Now you going to work smelling like weed. Really? Oh my God, common sense is not. That's just not common. Y'all can go to AJC and read the full story. I just had to share that. I'm like, really? Oh, please, y'all, please help me understand, because I don't understand. Anyway, let me tell y'all about a good story, because I ain't had nothing but horror since I started after I did the horoscopes. So my niece Jasmine, congratulations Jasmine Bell, baby. She graduated with her master's from Clark University on Saturday. And even though I was at the retreat, I got a chance to watch the graduation live stream. So there was a large group of graduates out there, which I thought it was 800. Listen, roughly 800 graduates. 800. Now that's amazing by itself. But here's what was the most amazing part. So Pinky Cole. So if you guys don't know who Pinky Cole is the owner of Slutty Vegan Restaurants. So Pinky started Slutty Vegan. She started that as a food truck, and she sells vegan food. I forgot why she named it Slutty Vegan, but it's called Slutty Vegan. She recently opened up a Slutty Vegan restaurant here in Gwinnett County in Duluth. So Pinky is a graduate of Clark, and she's also a Delta. And my niece just went over as a Delta as well. And Pinky was the commencement speaker at the graduation. Pinky got up there and she talked about the hard work that it takes. Now, she's been doing some amazing thing as a business owner. I'm talking about she's a beast. She's knocking it out the box. She graduated from Clark in 2009. Then she opened up her first business and then the business fell. And then after she did that, she opened up another business because she wasn't afraid to fail and start all over again. And now Slutty Vegan is going on to be like $100 million company with so many restaurants and so many great things. But this was a nice part. So she gave a wonderful speech. I watched the entire speech that she gave. Then she turned around and said every graduate would not only leave with a degree, they would leave with an LLC. Now, let me just say that again. She said, not only will you leave with your degree, but you're going to be leaving with the Limited Liability Corporation, or LLC. And that's for all of those who want to become an entrepreneur. So they got up there and they heard her story. Now, some people, they're just not cut out to be entrepreneurs. 800 of them, probably 80 of them are going to be entrepreneurs. Because let me tell y'all something. This is not easy. Pinky told me it wasn't easy. She told me to fail quick and fail fast. Right? Fail fast because you have to. But anyway, she said, she partnered with the bank, and because she partnered with this bank, she was going to be able to help all 800 of them get their LLCs if they wanted to. Now, to put that in context for you, 800 students and she was going to make sure that they all had an LLC, right? So let me just tell you what that means. That means that she was spending $80,000 to make sure all 800 of those students, if they so desired, had an LLC. How did I arrive at that number? Well, it was 800 graduates, and it's $100 to set up an LLC in Georgia. So if they want to, that's what she was doing. She was going to set them all up in LLC. Now, I wonder, it would have been really super duper cool if she said, I'm going to mentor you, because I was like, look. And so I text my niece congratulations on the graduation and the business. But I thought that was so cool that she did that. Because for me and her and a lot of other entrepreneurs, the quickest way to generational wealth is to be an entrepreneur. And yes, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I ain't going to even lie to y'all. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of failing. But if you get through, it's a lot of rewards at the end. And if you keep going, it's generational wealth that's going to outlive you. So kudos to all the graduates from Clark University that have done some great things. Kudos to Pinky Cole, Slutty Vegan, for just being an inspiration to us all. Not just those kids. She's an inspiration to me, y'all. My daughter was like, did you see her article in Essence? I did not read the article, but I am going to go back and read it. She's like, that was an amazing article. So, and she's an amazing young woman. She's doing great things. But Pinky said, I'm going to be a billionaire. And she will. Because that's her attitude. Like, I don't care about failing. I'm going to be a billionaire. And she's on the way right now to be a billionaire. So, yeah. All right. So listen, so the voter ballots is out. You know, this is another high election, and everybody's up in arms. So apparently, people got their voter ballots in the mail, and they saw Hagar Day on their voters on their registration form, and they thought Hagar Day was a person name. But it's not a person name, so they thought it was some fraudulent stuff going on. They thought that somebody named Hagar Day lived at their house, so they started to have a complaint about that. But that is not someone's name. But people like, yeah, I don't know no Hagar Day. Hagar Day don't live here. I'm exaggerating, but I'm sure that's probably what they were saying. I don't know Hagar Day. Hagar Day don't live here because it looked like a Hogar Day. Hogar Day, it looks like a name. It stands for household of. So Hogar Day is Spanish for household of, and that's on the ballot. So people saw the ballot and they thought it was somebody's name, and they thought that somebody had said they live in their house by that name, and people were starting to go crazy about this fraud, but it really wasn't fraud. Here in Gwinnett County, the ballots have to come in both English and Spanish. And so they were like, yeah, we're not about to do this with y'all. We ain't trying to do no voters registration fraud and all this kind of stuff. So people like, yeah, we going to get to the bottom of this. But Hogar Day stands for household of in Spanish. So if you get your ballot in the mail and you see Hogar Day, that's not a person. That means household of in Spanish. Okay? Okay, cool. So I had a friend reach out to me recently. She said she was going to be moving to Georgia. She was going to be moving to Georgia near me. And I was like, oh, cool, pretty cool, whatever. And the first thing she said was, what's the school systems like, right? And I was like, we got the best school system in the state, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, and to prove that, Gwinnett County Public Schools system has retained its accreditation for another 5 years. In the process, the district earned high praise from the agency that reviewed the district, right? And I said that we got one of the best in the state. Cognia, the state's largest accrediting agency, also said areas of need, and also said that they got the highest praise. But they said they got some areas that need to be tightened up. But for the most part, they were excited to say that we had one of the best school systems that they had ever seen. So that is so darn good. And so I was happy to tell her. So I sent her that article because she's a teacher, she's an educator, and she's big on education, and she has a daughter, and she puts her daughter in a lot of different stuff, and she want to make sure she's in the best school system. I was like, we got probably the best in the state here in Gwinnett County. I'm always bragging on Gwinnett because I love Gwinnett County. So I just want to say that we got accredited for another 5 years with high praise from the accreditation agency, which is doggone good. Good. Lil Burn, Lil Burn city manager is going to be retiring. Yep. So Lil Burn is going to get a new city manager. Yeah, they're going to get a new one. Anyway, on May 26th, Lil Burn city manager Bill Johnson retired from his position after serving in his role for almost 14 years. He said, I have thoroughly enjoyed 14 years of collaborating with residents as well as city and county officials on revitalization, renewal, and upkeep of this magnificent town that you see today. So he is going to be retiring and moving on. He said, while I was working there as city manager, he oversaw many improvements, such as construction of City Hall, the Gwinnett Public Library in Lilburn. He also oversaw the revitalization of Old Town Lilburn, which added parking, restrooms, and a playground in City Park, and the popular splash pad and Calvin Fitz Pavilion, the announcement said. Yeah, so he's going to be leaving. So now someone else is going to have to take his place, and we got to figure out who that person is going to be. He also has developed with Gwinnett County, the Lilburn County Improvement District, and Lilburn Downtown Development Association, which led to funding the Lilburn's trail system and the Department of Transportation buy-in for intersection improvements, the city said. So there is going to be a position that's open. I don't know who's going to take that position, but there you go. Good luck, Mr. Mr. Johnson, on your retirement. Enjoy the rest of your life. And enjoy doing whatever it is your heart feels like it desires. Not that I need to tell you that, but I thought I would. Congratulations on your retirement. All right, I'm going to go to my last song. Then I'm going to come back and close it out for today. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Just give it up. I'm not your girl, and I never will be. Don't call me up. Don't waste your time, 'cause I'll be your enemy. If you want love, look somewhere else. Here you'll find nothing. Just give it up. I'm not your girl, 'cause I only love me. Don't get me wrong. You and I could have fun together when I feel done with having fun on my own. It's better to care for yourself, not rely on somebody else. So don't get me wrong. I'm just riding alone. Just walk away, 'cause I got no intentions of hanging out with you tonight. Don't look my way. If you want a problem, I'll give you a problem, alright? If you want love, just give it up. You got the wrong girl. You got the wrong, you got the wrong, you got the wrong girl, girl. You got the wrong, you got the wrong, you got the wrong girl, girl. This is my time. I'm feeling good. Rule every party. See how I shine when I'm alone. Nothing can stop me. You should go out, meet someone else, someone who gets you. Don't stick around. I'm pretty wild. I don't do monogamy. Don't get me wrong. You and I could have fun together when I feel done with having fun on my own. It's better to care for yourself, not rely on somebody else. So don't get me wrong. I'm just riding alone. Just walk away, 'cause I got no intentions of hanging out with you tonight. Don't look my way. If you want a problem, I'll give you a problem, alright? If you want love, just give it up. You got the wrong girl. You got the wrong, you got the wrong, you got the wrong girl, girl. You got the wrong, you got the wrong, you got the wrong girl, girl. Hey, I care for myself. Ooh, don't rely on somebody else. Oh, so don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. I'm just riding alone. Just walk away, 'cause I got no intentions of hanging out with you tonight. Don't look my way. If you want a problem, I'll give you a problem, alright? If you want love, just give it up. You got the wrong girl. You got the wrong, you got the wrong, you got the wrong girl, girl. You got the wrong, you got the wrong, you got the wrong girl, girl.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got. But I want to give you my word of inspiration before I go. And here goes. It says, when spiders unite, they can tie down a lion. Let me say that again. When spiders unite, they can tie down a lion. Here's the thing, guys. We have to unite for the betterment of this world. We have to unite. There are some lions out there. And that lion, there's one major lion. That one major lion is a lion of hatred. Right? But if we all pull together like spiders, we can get rid of hatred. But we got to pull together. If you know that somebody in your family has a mental illness, they're threatening people, they hate people, I know you don't want to put your family in harm's way, but here's the thing. Do you really want the death of millions and thousands and tens of people on your conscience because you didn't do something about something? You got to help people get help, right? We got to be the spiders that pull together to fight, to take down the lion that's called hatred, to take down the lion that's called mental illness. We have to be the spiders that pull together. Because when spiders pull together, they can take down a lion. And we have to be those spiders. I don't want to see what happened in Buffalo, California, Texas, Florida, Connecticut. I don't want to see that stuff happen. I know, and I know I'm not by myself in saying that. But we have to not close our eyes to people who have mental illnesses. If your kid is acting weird and strange, you need to go get them some help. I get it. I love my kid too. But if she was acting weird and strange, I'm like, look, we're going to have to go get you some help. Because I don't want you to hurt yourself. And I definitely don't want you to hurt others. And so we have to do that. Yet it's frightening. It's frightening to turn our kids over to authorities. Especially when their kids are black. But you don't want your kids hurting people. Now we got, 12, 14 lives that are gone. Because somebody decided that they did not like somebody else. The man that shut up the church in California, he was 60 years old. He was an Asian man that's 60 years old. What was his problem? Did somebody notice that there was a problem? This kid drove 200 miles to go shoot up a black neighborhood in Buffalo. They knew he had a problem. They did a quick evaluation. They tossed it up as being nothing, and they let him go. He had access to guns that he probably couldn't buy, but his parents just had him laying around the house after they knew he had made these threats. Oh, that's just him. No, you can't say that anymore. You can't say that. When these people start acting erratic and saying and doing crazy stuff, you got to say something. You got to take precautions. We have to be the spiders. And if we stick together like the spiders, we can take down all of the lions, hatred, mental illness, prejudices, racism. We can take them down, but we got to do it together. That's all I got for you today. Could have been anywhere in the world. Just spent the last 58 minutes with me, and I love you and appreciate you for that. Be sure to go to the website and listen to any past episodes that you might have missed. That's goodmorninggwinnett.com. Go there, read the articles that I write about. Look at all the stuff I talk about. I'll be writing soon about my experience at Callaway Gardens later. But if you miss any episode, just go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, be sure to download the app from the App Store. Whether you got an Android phone or Apple phone, there is a Good Morning Gwinnett app. Download the app from the App Store. I appreciate you for that as well. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you for listening. And you could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent this time with me, and I love you and appreciate you for real for that. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing. Stay safe out there, my friends. Stay safe out there. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.